Issue 2, How the Game is Played. Here's what columnist William Safire describes as the quote-unquote low point in the Thomas confirmation game. Clarence Thomas had witnesses testifying on his behalf. One of these witnesses, John Doggett, was interrogated by Howard Metzenbaum, the Democratic senator from Ohio. Doggett graduated both from the Yale Law School and the Harvard Business School, where he was also a student leader. Doggett is now a management consultant in Austin, Texas. At the Thomas hearings, Doggett testified that in 1983, Anita Hill berated him for having romantically led her on, which Doggett described as bizarre fantasizing on her part. Senator Metzenbaum then began his effort to discredit Doggett. Metzenbaum read from a paraphrase of an unsworn telephone interview conducted by a Metzenbaum employee with a female former clerical co-worker of Doggett who alleged that he, Doggett, in 1981, 10 years ago, had sexually harassed her in the workplace. Doggett went ballistic.
I demand the right to clear my name, sir. I have been trashed for no reason by somebody who does not even have the basic facts right. Well, this is what is going on with Clarence Thomas, and now I, another person coming up, has had a witness, quote-unquote, fabricated at the last moment to try to keep me from testifying. Well, I am here. I don't care. She is wrong, and I would like to be able to clear my name. I've had lawyers and professional people in Texas and around the country say that I was insane to subject myself to the opportunity to have something like this crawl out from under a rock. They have said I should have just stood on the sidelines and let it go by. I'm an attorney, sir. Mr. Doggett, and I'm a businessman, and I cannot allow this process of innuendo, unsworn statements, attacks on characters to continue without saying it's unacceptable.
On Tuesday, Metzenbaum issued a public apology to Doggett.
While questioning Mr. Doggett, I unfairly asked him questions about allegations lodged against him. I shouldn't have done that. It wasn't fair to him, and I apologized by personal letter to him that same day.
What does Metzenbaum's foiled attempt at character assassination, as this incident has been described, tell you about the way Washington works? I ask you, Fred Bob.
Well, I think we ought to give him credit for a class act of apologizing on the floor of the Senate. That was a class act. The whole episode, however, absent that, shows you that there is this new iron triangle in Washington of the committees, liberal committee staff members, the special interest groups, the liberal special interest groups, and the press. And they're willing to pillory anybody who gets into any nominee.
For what reason?
For what reason? Not because they're conservatives. They're willing to do that to any nominee and try to destroy even any witness.
Is it new in Washington?
Sure, you used to have a different you guys are new in the last few years.
This had nothing to do with anything. This was a witness off the wall. It was a stupid incident, and the fact that we showed it shows that as disgusting as the Senate may be, it is nothing as bad as this.
It was a microcosm of the entire hearing.
It was not a microcosm of the entire hearing, because whoever invited this guy Doggett on there ought to have his head examined. Doggett was a lousy witness. He had a minuscule piece of testimony to give. He was an egomaniac. And it's nothing. If you want to, the nature of the hearing.
Doggett can buy and sell you.
I don't care, John. That's only about money. Explain why Metzenbaum apologized then. Because Metzenbaum did a dirty thing. He shouldn't have done it. Biden stopped Metzenbaum.
Every dying establishment resorts to an inquisition of one kind or another. The liberal establishment in this city, as Fred points out, has various power centers left in the media, the staffs, in all the special interest groups, and they work to destroy reputations because they cannot win an up or down fight on conservatism versus liberalism.
You can't read any of that stuff into this.
Did you see the stern looks that Biden gave to Metzenbaum throughout those hearings?
Metzenbaum was playing dirty pool when the minute Biden got back in the room, Biden sat on Metzenbaum and told him that he was out of line.
Isn't it true that congressional hearings have nothing to do with getting at the truth? I ask you, Fred.
They have to do with smearing people.
They're legalized atrocities, is what Walter Lippmann said. Look what Hal Heflin did to Bork. He said that guy's into something weird. All these suggestions, rather than defeating the guy on his philosophy. Look,
This congressional hearing process has been going on for years, and it's been ugly before. But sometimes it's gotten to the bottom.
Never as ugly as this.
Sometimes it's gotten to the bottom of things, as when Nixon interrogated Alger Hiss and got the truth. And
you don't seem to understand that this is the lowest level it probably has ever reached.
Well,
all right, question.
Wait a minute, George.
Assassination and witness intimidation continue to be the chief tools of congressional investigators and hearings, or will the process now be cleansed? Is there any hope of a cleansing, Pat?
John, there's an ideological war going on in this country, and the establishment of the city is going to fight back with what it's got, and it can't fight on political grounds, so that's what it's going to use.
What do you think of the way Doggett fought back, Pat?
I thought he was just outstanding.
A great
What's the answer to my question?
No, it's not going to stop. And Doggett was great because not only did he get on his high horse, but it worked. He cowed the whole committee.
He did indeed. He turned them around. What do you say?
I think the Congress and the Democrats will use leaks, innuendo, character assassination just about as often as the White House does, which means all the time.
And thank you, John. And if the Republicans were in charge and there was a Democratic president, they would pull exactly the same crap.
I think there's going to be a reform, but it'll be a cyclical reform. You know, it's something like Tijuana that, you know, they clean it up, and every couple of years they have to go back and clean it up again.